Guess what? I had the most fantastic day today. You know how I'm always scavenging the interwebs for the latest tech trends, right? Well, today was like a physical manifestation of my internet explorations. Participated in this citywide tech gadget hunt organized by this uber quirky guy, Maurice. And oh boy, it was like stepping into Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, but for tech geeks. Trust me, it was nothing short of amazing. Picked up this funky hologram projector, and I am itching to test it out and experiment with some 3D models. Maybe bring some of my digital art to life? How kick-ass would that be? Shared my little adventure with Nina and Eric, and they were all ears. Or should I say all eyes, since it was all text. Speaking of text, you'd be amused to hear our caffeine preferences. I can't imagine a start to my day without coffee. You know that. But guess whose turn Team T? Eric, the man who had a hot cup of Java glued to his hands at all times. Is this some sort of caffeine paradigm shift I am not aware of? By the way, have you tried watching The Coding Miracle? Nina suggested it. Meanwhile, Eric gave his vote to Startup Showdown. Now I have to choose. No spoilers, please. Oh, Nina mentioned she's been seeing semicolons in her dreams thanks to her intense coding sessions. And here I am, having dreams about creating intricate digital art pieces all the while Eric. Well, I'm sure it's something along those lines with code repositories. Makes you think of how our professions seep into our subconscious, doesn't it? Anyway, differences in dream content and caffeine choices aside, there's no denying the little joys of nachos burritos debates. You know Eric and his unabashed love for burritos, caught red-handed by Nina. Anyway, friend, I won't keep you long. Let's catch up properly soon. There's so much more to tell. So speaking of tech adventures, I decided to write about today's scavenger hunt in a blog post, which I've cheekily titled, Urban Tech Jungle, a Scavenger Hunt Safari. Don't worry, I'm not going to spill all the juicy details here. You gotta read it yourself for the fun. And speaking of fun, the chat with Nina and Eric this evening was hilarious. We started talking about our day, and I shared how I came across a banana phone. You heard that right, a banana. That's a phone. Eric and Nina couldn't believe it either. You should have seen our chat explode with fruit and tech puns. Nina even threw in, please turn off and turn your banana back on again. I couldn't stop laughing. Eric, not wanting to be left out, shared how his office has a jelly bean dispenser powered by AI, which keeps track of your jelly bean consumption and shuts down when you've had too many. Ridiculous or genius, I really can't decide. Between debugging bananas and AI-controlled jelly bean diets, I think it's safe to say technology has officially entered the twilight zone. Oh, and here's another tidbit from today's scavenger hunt. Did you know there are smart rings now that can control your phone and other smart gadgets? It's like James Bond tech without the secret spy stuff. Anyway, while today's adventure in the urban tech jungle was all fun and games, it also got me thinking. Considering how quickly technology is evolving and integrating with our lives, I wonder what the future of digital art might look like. Maybe we'll have 3D models we can interact with or virtual art galleries where art leaps off the wall. The sky's the limit, really. I love how random my day was, from scavenger hunting to cracking fruit tech puns. Keeps the creative juices flowing, you know. So, remember that tech hunt I did where I snagged that hologram projector? Well, I've been experimenting with it and created something super funky and cool. I managed to incorporate the hologram projection into my newest digital artwork, making it unbelievably immersive. Just imagine standing in the middle of this grand, digitally devised environment, complete with floating elements that you can virtually touch. It's a real matrix in there, and you would absolutely love it. Talking about it with Eric and Nina, we even laughed about the nostalgia of projecting the NYC skyline, or Nina's favorite soccer field in our living rooms. It was Nina who even came up with a rad name, Nina's Virtual Football Stadium. Comical, isn't it? Eric, of course, had to steer things back to work, musing about the future IPO of TurboTech. Trust him to make it all about business already. But we had fun sketching out wild scenarios of turbotech in various locations, even on the beach. Needless to say, our conversation took a hilarious turn, and of course, I wouldn't be me if I didn't sneak in a cocktail reference, putting us in beach mood. Anywho, I just got really excited about this upcoming VR design and tech world. I mean, it's evolving so rapidly, I can't help but wonder what's next on the horizon for us digital artists. Wouldn't it be just amazing to design entire worlds that you could step into and interact with? Yeah, I know. Mind-blowing, right? But regardless, before I get too carried away dreaming of tech wizardry, I gotta buckle down and get back to practical matters, i.e., making sure my current hologram art doesn't crash and burn.